You gotta do it. You gotta do it in, because the out is not in. The out is not in it. It's that simple. Like, so when you have a whole pandemic to take and wipe off millions of people like it did, and a superficial care package highlighted on the news from all leaders worldwide on the protection of how we want to protect ourselves from it arose. And that stay 6 feet away from each other, quarantine, lockdowns, essential needs only to go out and get. You know, stay healthy, and a face mask. That's it. There's no detailed in that. You know, whatever you come out to do to get your essentials, like, you know, they not saying what else. It just stay 6 feet away with face mask. Since I'm connected to in, and I looked at my in since I was born, like my end. Like when I was in and I came out, you know what I'm saying? I've been with my in since I've been out. So if you stay with your in, you're pure. You're in the pure stage, and that's where you want to be every time. Now we all have years here in the world. I mean, and I'm gonna tell you that it doesn't really matter on the time that you have been out here, and you've been networking in a program, artificial program of artificial intelligence. Now, the state of mind is artificial, can be an artificial thing to come across or even conquer, like, because you're born into something, whatever in the world that you're born in, whatever country, whatever island, they have a certain way of living and teaching different languages and things. So your in is now being altered with the outside programming of your reality, but your human being, like where your energy, where you're in, where you originate come from, it's like you putting it in the backside of it. Like my in always been connected, it's never been separated. Like, and I understand all these years of what you get from the outside is what interferes with your pureness and your cure in the inside. So what's your cure? Your cure is you. You're born naturally cured. Like, even if those that have, they label defects out here, they see that the defects, disability, that's a label that is in a program that everybody can understand and live in a civilization to go by. Right? This is not saying anything about, hey, you're doing a horrible job at it. This is just the state of mind of where a person goes after they are born, and how you, if you're within, you could understand the culture of what's without, and then you would know what to bring in from what's out, and that will keep you a whole of your purity and continue gathering that energy in for yourselves. So in that sense, like you're cured, because it's like whatever comes from the outside that will get you sick, that's what's not pure. So separation, you know, these viruses, diseases, and everything, and all, like, they're coming from the out, and they're coming in. What the body does it fights and attacks it. It's foreign, it's alien, it's either it doesn't do anything for the body. If something is artificial, if it's bio made in the lab, if it's anything that the body does not accept as an energy source and as an energy source to live with the human, with the primary source of energy that the body is, obviously designed and asking you for, then that's the impurity. That's what your body wants out. So as a human being, when a pandemic came, like, I was already like growing up, liking science and things like that. Like, I would be in the science class, but I'd be more interested in how it's demonstrated. And I saw like movies where science stuff, oh, you can make something out of nothing. But the reality is that they're not making something out of nothing, because look at the medicine, look at the practices of medicine and health. Health is your body 100% pure. If you're 100% pure, you don't need a doctor, you don't need a medicine, you don't need something. There's nothing wrong with you. So that's the point where the doctors want to get you to. So you're already pure. You don't need a doctor to tell you, oh, you're pure. You need a doctor who will tell you when you're sick to get well, right? And then after that, you don't see a doctor. You have to take care of yourself. So what's taking care of yourself, Like, you got to be connected to the natural resources that's going to do that. You want to know why? Because the doctors and the scientists are paying attention to natural resources. How you think they're healing? They're healing with the natural resources. So, like, whatever they find out there, the natural resource, it comes from, they make medicine out of it. So no medicine is originally off itself without a natural resource. So how much of that resource they put into the medicine, how much, that's dependent on how they make and how many manufacture and producing it. Now, at a natural state, whatever else is being put in it, a bio substance that defines and gives it a name and label to be sold in markets, that part of the resource of your health is not part of your staying pure and keeping away these chemicals. So the substance of artificials, the substance of biological make, or imitations of the resources. So if you only have the imitation of resources, it's not something that your body is accepted of as the primary source of energy. That's the health factor. That's the health of build a living for the factor of the human being race. And so with that being said, like, I could go to the hospital and they want to give me a prescription. I mean, I have every right to let the doctor know, hi, oh, you want to give me that prescription? Okay, for this. Now, what is that prescription made of? And what is the natural resource property of that? And what is the chemical part of it? What is the out of the resources that's coming in? You're coming in now into the natural resource. That's what I want out. And how much of that natural resource I just want to take for my health can I take alone without your biochemicals and the rest of the stuff that actually my body is going to end up trying to fight out, because it's not going to recognize it as a health factor or something that is needed in the body. So if it's not needed and it's not a health factor, I don't want it. So you have every right to speak to the doctor and say, hey, let me see whatever medicine they give you, every single medicine. Whatever's in is what needs to stay in. Whatever's out is what needs to stay out. So you see, I stayed in when I was born. And this is what enabled me to see things without even going to a lab, and understanding that my body is from the energy source, that earth and life itself, and the energy, the stars and everything, the sun, everything is energizing our world and my body. So I'm well connected. And